Hey guys, it's Christine from Ruling Brilliant, and today I'm sharing with you 5 reasons why we homeschool. So, I had my daughter back in 2009, so she is 7 years old now, and this is our first official year of homeschooling. And while I say this is our first official year of homeschooling, because we have homeschooled before. We homeschooled her through toddler school and preschool and kindergarten, and then she went to public school for first grade, which she had an amazing teacher, and it was a pretty good school, and she had a really great time there. But we decided to bring her back home for second grade, and now I'm going to explain why. Why are we homeschooling? Because I get this question a lot, and I just wanted to put it out there, because a lot of people don't understand why you would homeschool. They worry about that number one thing that all homeschoolers hate to hear, and that's socialization. How do your kids socialize? Don't they have friends and all this stuff that other people are worried about? Your own kids, trust me, as a homeschooler, you even worry about it. Now, I'm here to get into our 5 reasons, and this is going to be part of a series, so I'll cover some other things like socialization and how you can homeschool in New York and all the papers you have to fill out in other videos. But today, I am talking to you about the 5 reasons we homeschool, okay? So, Isabella went to public school for first grade, as I said, and it was amazing, but she wasn't being challenged. Now, she is the little girl that you see in our throwback videos reading at 2 years old, writing her own stories at 3 and 4, and all that good stuff. So she was highly advanced for most of the topics covered in first grade. And there was no way to fix that. Because, come on, teachers have, she had, I think, 30 kids in her class, if not more. And the class ended up having to be split. She had a bunch of kids in her class that she had to cover. And your kid is not going to get specialized attention. So the options were to send her to another school, which may have been paying tuition for, and that wasn't really in our budget, and there's no guarantee that the education is going to be higher, if she's going to get more attention, or she's going to get harder or more challenging work. I mean, the hope would be there, but not necessarily. Having her bused to a farther away school, which I wanted her more close by, so that if she got sick, I would be able to just run and go get her. I already have another child, a smaller child, that I'll have to lug around. Also making sure that her brother would be able to go to the same school as her. She might be really gifted and talented, and he might not be. So that was all taken into consideration. One of the other options that we had was having her skip a grade. And as you as a parent may know, is that our kids are growing up way quicker than we did. And partially that's because of technology, and partially it's because of just the way we live nowadays. But I didn't need my daughter around older children learning things that she might not have been ready for learning, or learning from a third party where I'd rather her be learning it from home. So that kind of goes into our values, but that was another option we had for sending her to a different school, or to have her moved up a grade. So our number one reason is education. Now, she can have an education that is tailored to her interest. While she has mandatory subjects that she has to cover, she can focus on specific interest in those subjects. She can spend more time on that. She can get the level that she's learning versus her age. We wanted her to have an education that met her level, not her age. Number 2 is freedom. You do not understand when you are in public school how many things you as a parent and you as a child, your child, is responsible for. Besides being in school and learning for 8 hours a day, she had an hour or two of homework. So freedom of time is number 2. To have the freedom over, this is the school day, it is from whatever time you start this lesson to whatever time you finish this lesson, you know, that's your school day. And as long as you covered everything you needed to cover and you learned everything you needed to learn, you're good. You don't have to spend another hour on homework because you already covered it. You know it. I know you know it. You know, you have more control over if you learn in the morning, if you're a morning person and you can get up and go and you can start learning, or if you're an evening person and you're better off learning in the evening or afternoon, you just have a higher control. If you skip a day during the week because you have something to do and you end up doing a couple of lessons on the weekend, it's all about that freedom of time, so that's number 2. Freedom of time. Back to like education. So number 3, freedom over like the curriculum or what you learn or how you learn it. So being able to choose what books you read, what curriculum you use, you know, what really interests you and digging deeper, that freedom is number 3. Mastering. So in school, you learn things and it's on a cycle. And if you don't know it, doesn't matter, because your schedule says you're supposed to have learned it this day, and we have to move on. So if they don't know it, they can't master it. They can't learn it. We're all about mastering it, learning it completely, not having to go back and having a hiccup that will disrupt your whole learning career. So mastering is number 4. Our 5th reason we homeschool is pretty much our values. And that is that we want our values instilled in our children and not outside values instilled in them. So we are not super duper religious like many homeschoolers, but that's okay. Our values from our religion, our spirituality, our belief system, we're really open-minded. We believe in equality and being able to make your own decisions and things like that. We want that instilled in our children. So those were the 5 reasons we are homeschoolers, and next week we will be sharing with you how you can homeschool in New York. So basically the letters that you have to write and the forms you have to fill out, I'm going to go over them with you. I would love to know what you think. If you're homeschoolers, let us know why you homeschool in the comment section below. Or if you think homeschooling is weird and crazy, keep your comments to yourself. No, let us know what you think in the description box below if it helped you understand why other people homeschool. But do try to be nice, because I don't want nasty comments in the comment section. So as always, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you have comments, like I said, comment, but please be nice. And as always, subscribe and share, because this is Blooming Brilliant, where you grow smart.